on Fox and Friends. Watch some of this.
Mr. President, is it time to call for a summit between yourself, the President of Mexico, the Presidents of Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador?
I don't need a summit. I think we've done very well without the summit. They understand. We stopped to a saving $550 million. And I respectfully told, and I thank him very much, because for the last 4 days it's been great. You see that whole stream is drying up. They could stop them at their southern border,
Kristen Fisher live in Calexico, California, with more tonight. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Martha. Well, President Trump actually came here today to see this newly built wall for himself. Planning for it actually started under the Obama administration, but it was funded and built during the Trump administration. And this is the kind of wall that President Trump would like to see across most of the southern border. Now, this stretch is just about 2 miles long. But President Trump announced today that he expects to have 400 miles in 2 years. That's despite a new lawsuit from 20 states led by California challenging his national emergency declaration to fund it. Speaking today to Border Patrol and immigration officials, the president noted a 400% increase in the apprehensions of family units here in the El Centro border sector from January and February of this year to the same time last year. Now, his critics say it's a sign that his hardline immigration policies aren't working, but the president argues that that's exactly why those policies are needed now more than ever.
And this is our new statement. The system is full. Can't take you anymore. Whether it's asylum, whether it's anything you want, it's illegal immigration, can't take you anymore. We can't take you.
Now, this new section of the border wall actually replaces an older, much smaller section right behind it. It's tough to see, but you can see it's much shorter than the 30-foot high new wall right in front of it. And the Border Patrol chief here in the El Centro sector says that this new wall is really making a big difference.
For us, it's a huge advantage to see what's on the other side, because before, with the old landing mat, we could not see the adversary. We couldn't see the threat that was on that side. We would get rocked constantly. We would get items thrown at us every day. With this 30-foot wall, we haven't had those type of incidents.
And she says that those types of assaults on her Border Patrol agents have dropped 65% in this 2-mile stretch since this new wall was built. Martha?
Kristen Fisher, thank you. So joining me now, Republican Congressman Andy Biggs, co-chair of the House Border Security Caucus, and Enrique Acevedo, anchor and correspondent for Univision. Welcome, gentlemen. Good to have both of you with us tonight. You know, just listening to the woman with the Customs and Border Patrol, Enrique, describing that, you know, they had rocks getting thrown at their agents. She said this is so much better having the wall that they can see through because they can see what's coming at them from the other side, and it helps, you know, keep them safer in their job. Are you know, that sounds like a good thing, right?
Well, it's always a good thing when we can keep Border Patrol agents, federal agents, safer. I would just ask you, Martha, is it worth $25 billion to keep people 100, 200, 300 yards away from the border to throwing rocks at agents on the other side when you can just do this? Is that worth $25 billion?
They should dodge the rocks. You just think they should just dodge the rocks?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying, is it worth $25 billion to do that? Or we can invest that money in just smarter ways? I think we can.
Well, today, look at this video. I just want everyone at home to see this, and I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a family in Yuma, Arizona, risking, I mean, they're going under the fence to get across this body of water. I'm not sure if this is Rio Grande in this spot or not. And then they're climbing up the other side. And the other piece of video, and Congressman Biggs, you know, I know you've seen this firsthand. I mean, these people are climbing through a tunnel of barbed wire coming out of the dirt on the other side of a fence. It's terrifying to watch them in these situations. And obviously, this doesn't work. This is dangerous, Congressman Biggs.
Yeah, the reality is it's a humanitarian crisis as much as anything else. And I think all of our hearts go to these people who want to come here so badly, but they're not doing it the right way. They're trying to intersect themselves or put themselves ahead of other people who've been waiting in line literally years to get in here. But the problem that we face is if you don't build the wall and you don't change asylum laws and some of the other issues that we have, we will continue to be overrun because we will not have put the deterrent in effect. And that's the problem, is we are incentivizing people to come here. And as long as we incentivize people to come here, they will come.
That's true.
And look, we're gonna catch about 1 million, a little over 1 million probably this year, and that'll be the most in decades.
Well, it's obvious that it's not working. As I said, you know, when you watch these people climbing through this barbed wire fence, it's heartbreaking. You could just imagine your own, you know, family being in that situation. It must be absolutely terrifying for them as they make this journey, Enrique. And as you heard the president say, you know, we're full. I mean, it doesn't work. They can't even cover the number of people who are coming in terms of housing and taking care of all of them once they get here. So something has to, you know, stop the migration at this moment until they can figure this whole thing out.
I agree with you, Martha, and I agree with Congressman Biggs. I think something has to be done. What do we do? That's where we disagree. Do we build a wall? That's the most expensive, least effective way to deal with this. Do we shut down the border? That's not going to work. Do we cut aid to the countries where these migrants are coming from? How's that going to stop them from fleeing their country?
Well, they're talking about technology in many places here, moving more people to areas that need it, and also walls. So what do you have that's a better solution than that?
Well, if you look at that, during the last week, we have, you know, doubled and tripled the waiting time for commerce, for trade, for legal immigrants to come into the U.S. and to go to Mexico. So that's not working either. I mean, by doing that, we have actually made things worse at the border. We have, you know, we want to incentivize legal exchanges between both countries. And by doing what we've done during the last week, it has only made things worse.
All right. Yeah, I know you said the president has anti-immigrant policies. Mr. Biggs, I'm going to give you the final word here. I just got a couple seconds left.
Yeah, I would just say that where we have put up fences, and I think of the Tijuana, San Diego entry, we saw crime rates go down 90%. We saw crossings deteriorate by about 90% as well. That's worked everywhere we've done it.
Thank you very much, Congressman Biggs, Enrique Acevedo. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Martha.